Article 189 of the Indian Constitution addresses various aspects related to voting in state legislatures, the power of these legislative bodies to function despite vacancies, and the quorum required for a valid meeting. Let's break down the key provisions of Article 189. Voting in Houses. Article 189(1) stipulates that in a state legislature, all questions raised during a sitting are to be decided by a majority of votes from the members who are present and actively participating in the voting. This excludes the Speaker in the Legislative Assembly or Chairman in the Legislative Council or any person acting in their capacity. The Speaker or Chairman is not supposed to vote initially, but in the event of a tie or equality of votes among the members present, they have the authority to cast a deciding vote. This casting vote is exercised to break the deadlock. Power of Houses to act despite vacancies. Article 189(2) empowers a House of the state legislature to continue its proceedings even if there are vacancies in the membership of the House. This means that the absence of a few members does not obstruct the legislative body from functioning or making decisions. It also ensures that the validity of the proceedings is not affected by the subsequent discovery that a person who was not entitled to sit, vote, or participate in the legislative proceedings did so. Quorum requirements. Article 189(3) specifies that until the state legislature enacts a law with different provisions, the quorum required to hold a valid meeting of a house in the state legislature is either 10 members or 1/10 of the total number of members of the house, whichever is greater. In other words, there must be a minimum number of members present to conduct official business. The exact quorum can be determined based on the total number of members in the specific legislative body. Duty of Speaker-Chairman in case of insufficient quorum. Article 189(4) outlines the responsibilities of the Speaker in the Legislative Assembly or Chairman in the Legislative Council when there is insufficient quorum during a meeting of the Legislative Assembly or Legislative Council of a state. In such a situation, the Speaker, Chairman, or the person acting in their capacity has the duty to either adjourn the House or suspend the meeting until there is a quorum. This ensures that legislative business is conducted with the participation of the required number of members. In summary, Article 189 of the Indian Constitution lays down rules regarding voting, the ability of state legislative bodies to continue functioning despite vacancies, and the quorum necessary for a valid meeting in the state legislature. These provisions help ensure the smooth operation of the state legislative process.
The Constitution of India. Part 6. The States. Chapter 3. The State Legislature. Conduct of Business. Article 189. Voting in Houses, power of Houses to act notwithstanding vacancies and quorum. 1. Save as otherwise provided in this Constitution, all questions at any sitting of a House of the Legislature of a state shall be determined by a majority of votes of the members present and voting, other than the Speaker or Chairman, or person acting as such. The Speaker or Chairman, or person acting as such, shall not vote in the first instance, but shall have and exercise a casting vote in the case of an equality of votes. 2. A House of the Legislature of a state shall have power to act notwithstanding any vacancy in the membership thereof, and any proceedings in the legislature of a state shall be valid notwithstanding that it is discovered subsequently that some person who was not entitled so to do sat or voted or otherwise took part in the proceedings. 3. Until the legislature of the state by law otherwise provides, the quorum to constitute a meeting of a House of the Legislature of a state shall be 10 members, or 1/10 of the total number of members of the House, whichever is greater. 4. If at any time during a meeting of the Legislative Assembly or the Legislative Council of a state there is no quorum, it shall be the duty of the Speaker or Chairman, or person acting as such, either to adjourn the House or to suspend the meeting until there is a quorum.